Hello, my name is Yonis. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a pie chart. To get started, we need to create a new worksheet. So by clicking on the plus icon, I'm going to right click and select rename. I'm just going to call it charts. Here I'm going to put a pie chart, a line chart, and a bar chart. So the first video tutorial is about pie chart. So I'm just going to increase the width here. I'm just going to merge the cells. And I'm just going to duplicate this by clicking and dragging. So I'm going to highlight them, apply all borders. Here I could actually make this solid white. And what I'm going to do, in fact, I'm just going to merge this as well and apply borders around. Okay. So the first one is a pie chart. The next one is going to be a line chart. And the next one is going to be bar chart. Just going to customize them. Increasing the font size. Make them center line them. Make them bold. You can change the colors as well on individuals. So I'm just going to make this color, make this color. I'm going to make this color. I'm just going to make this color. Okay. Now, stick to the colors that you have the rest of your system. So the next thing I need to do is basically create a pie chart. But before I create the pie chart, I will need some content. So I'm going to go to my payroll. So I've added here 3 columns and 5 rows. Okay, so I've got the ID, the surname of the person, and the total net pay. So for the ID, I'm just going to put the number 1 here. I'm going to click away and then click once again, hold the control key down, and as you can see, there's a double plus icon that appears, little plus icon appears when I hover over with my mouse. Then I'm going to click and drag. Again, this is because I'm still holding the control key down on my keyboard. I'm going to release now the control key on my keyboard. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which basically corresponded to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I did here. I'm going to go back to my payroll and I'm going to create a Vlookup here. So I'm just going to create a new function, a Vlookup function, click OK. The value I'm looking for is the ID value. The table content is on the employees table here. So I'm going to highlight all this information. And I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, the 4th column, which is the surname. I'm going to click here. I'm just going to type here 4 because I'm looking for the 4th column. So I've got Mr. White here. Now if I click and drag downwards, I'm replicating my VLOOKUP based on the different records. So ID 1 is white, ID 2 is green, ID 3 is blue, ID 4 is black, and ID 5 is yellow. Now I need to create a SumIf function. So I'm just going to put here equals SumIf. I'm going to double click here, and then after the bracket, I'm going to select the value that I'm looking for. I'm looking for the column E, because this the column E contains the surnames. I'm going to put comma here. I'm looking for the first value is white, so I'm just going to put double quotes, and within the double quotes I'm just going to put the name white. I'm going to put comma, and then I'm going to select the column P and then close the bracket. Oops. Close the bracket and press the enter key on my keyboard. So I know now Mr. White has earned in total of £262. I'm going to click and drag to replicate this formula. Now all these formulas looking for Mr. White, so I just need to change the value here to Mr. Green. So type here green, enter. I need to change this value to Mr. Blue. Enter. I need to change this value to Mr. Black. Enter. And I need to change this value to Miss Yellow. Enter. Okay. So I know now who has earned the most money and the least money. Okay. But I need to display this information in a more user-friendly manner. To do this, I'm going to go to my charts now. I'm going to go to Insert, Charts here. Drop down the list. I'm just going to select the pie chart here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to select data source. And I'm going to go here to the payroll and highlight this data here. And click OK. Let's have a look here. Let's select this because I've selected this section here. So make sure you select the whole chart. So right click, select data source. So let's remove the legends that we have here. Let's start from scratch. So I'm just going to click here this option, go to the payroll and highlight my data and click OK. And then click OK again. And I've got my data here. I'm just going to place it here. Just going to make a bit, reduce the width a little bit. Okay, this will do. And now I want to display also the money as well. So I'm going to right click, add label. So I can see now how much money each person has made. And I can actually click here to individual pieces. And I could actually format this further. Okay, so if I click and I click again, right click, you will be able to actually change the fill color to something else. Click, right click, change the fill color to something else. Click, right click, change the color to something else. Click, right click, change the color to something else. And so on and so forth. So you can actually change the colors as you go along based on the colors that you need. And that's how you create a pie chart. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you will be able to apply these new skills onto your project. Bye for now.